Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use the Increase Efficiency website to be able to purchase cards that I've sorted. So if you are at my YouTube channel on the About tab, there's a link to my website. There's also a link to my sponsor's website, The Collector's Friend. Click that when you have a chance and go check out the items that he has for sale on the marketplace. So for now, we're going to go to Increase Efficiency, and this is the website that I created to kind of support my stream. When I sort cards, and right now I'm exclusively working for the Collector's Friend, I should say volunteering for the Collector's Friend, I go through, I sort all the cards, I find out what set they are, I look in the marketplace to see if they're what the range is for the values. I add all that to a database, and then when I deliver the box after it's completely sorted, he has a record of everything that was in there and an estimated value of the box. So the deal that I have worked out with him is that all cards within that box while I'm working on it are reserved for anybody who watches my stream. So if you see something you like and you would like to purchase it, I'm going to show you how that happens. So the first tab that I want to talk about here, or the button, is boxes. This is the record of everything that I've sorted. So we're going to click on this and it's going to pull up the list of all the boxes. I know he has already started adding 0001 to the marketplace because I delivered it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But this is the current box that I'm working on, 0004. My estimated value of everything of its contents so far. So we're going to click on that for the demonstration here. There's a lot of cards in here because it was a triple shoe, so we're somewhere around like 2,500 cards. I added a drop down box so you could filter it. I had made a previous video, and as I was playing it back, I realized that this is run by JavaScript, so when I click on this button, you can't see it because my software is only capturing my main window. But trust me that when I click on that button, it pulls up a list of all the sets, and you'll see it here. So we're going to just add some cards to an order so I can show you how this works. So I'm just going to pick 2019 Topps Update. That I know you can see now, and then I'm just going to click the filter button, and then you can see 2019 Topps Update all down there. So we're just going to add a couple cards. The last video I made was a little bit long, so I'm going to kind of keep this one short. So we're just going to add 3 cards here. If you refilter and pick a different set, so I have 3 checked there. Let's just say I pick anything, filter it, and check another. It does save all your check boxes. So if we add that, it's going to actually add 4 cards to the cart. So let's do that so you can see it. And then when you've picked everything that you want out of that box, then you go to checkout. So the only information that I'm saving is your email address, and I'm not using it in any other way than just a unique identifier. I will not sell your information. You're not going to get put on some list with a whole bunch of spam. So what you do here, and I use add email, is you put that in, and there are a lot of items in the boxes that are short printed, serial numbered, and there are no prices in the marketplace because there's just not enough of them. Nobody's bought any out on eBay or this or that, so I can't find a price. These all have a price, but there's a big range, and the Collector's Friend will receive this request and then give you a quote. So let's say we want one of those, 2, 1, and 1, and we request the quote, and there it is. It says your request for a quote has been saved. So it won't show up in the offers button yet, but we're going to click this and we're going to add our email to check the offers. The one that we just created is kind of pending for the dealer to evaluate all those cards. But I've created other ones, and once the dealer has made the offer, they will show up here. And there are other ones that for this, demonstration that I have actually paid for. I'll show you how that works. So your offer, if you click on it, it gives you a unique ID when they reply to the request for a quote. So you pull it up. This is one that I created before. You can't change anything in here. The offer is what it is. So if you're happy with it, you can click the PayPal button. There's other options here. You can pay directly with debit or credit card. I added this part in so I don't have to save any of your information. I'm not going to keep your email, your address, anything. PayPal takes care of it. They have all the security, so I don't have to worry about making sure that your information is safe. It's all run through PayPal and it's safe. So I won't go through that because it's set live and I can't pay myself for a demonstration. So the last tab that I want to talk about is auctions. So we'll click on that, and I will go back because there's a way to pay for the auctions. So there are 2 auctions here. This one is not set to active, so we're going to look at this one first. This one shows what is upcoming. So you notice that there's a starting bid and what the next bid is. There is a top bidder, which because this one isn't live, there is no top bidder, and then there's like a anonymous bidder ID. So you can just kind of go through. None of this is going to change on an inactive auction, but you can see a preview of everything that will be available. Card name, front, back pictures, that sort of thing. So that's, if this were auction for to actually occur on the 23rd at 8 a.m., those are what would be up for bid. The way that we plan on working live auctions is you start the auction. We set that bid increment. Let me just go back real quick. We set that bid increment based on the starting price. So since it's under $1, it's just going to be 10 cents. And whenever anyone bids, these numbers will change, and you will put your email address in here, but you will be anonymous. Everybody else will just see your unique bidder ID. So we start the card out listed for 2 minutes. Every time someone bids, it adds 20 seconds onto it. And there's a countdown timer. I'm going to show you that in a second. And when that's done and over with, then the button disappears and you can no longer bid. So just to show you that in action, this first one is actually live. There's the timer that I was talking about. There's the anonymous bidder ID. Current next, I will show you how it works. So if I put my email address in there, it's going to, if you have never bid before, you will get a new ID. Since I have been testing this, I have a bidder ID. So if you watch these numbers here and we watch the time down here, so current bid is at 310, next bid 320. I'm going to punch this right at 20 seconds. This is set to refresh every 5 seconds. But you can see that after I did it, the current bid increased by 10 cents, the next bid, and then it changed the anonymous bidder to my bidder ID, and up here it puts in who the top bidder is. So if you were looking at this on your screen, you would see only the bidder ID, your email address would be in here, but I didn't want to show everyone other people's email, so that's why I gave you a unique bidder ID. And like I said, this button, the submit button, once the auction ends, will disappear and you will no longer be able to bid. So it kind of controls the lag that comes from a live stream, and because this is actually tied to the system-wide clock, so it ends at the same time for everybody. And it's not like if I was doing it live and I said, okay, the auction's ended, and then there's that lag, you would still be bidding when I had already ended the auction. So that's why I did it that way. Some of the ground rules, I won't tolerate people abusing the bid button, driving prices up. There's a function that I have where I can inactivate a bidder. It would highlight the bidder ID here, and it will say inactive bidder. So if you're abusing it and just, I'm tracking how many bids everyone places. So if I see that you've got over 100 bids, in a 2-minute time frame, then I will inactivate you. I'm also asking that if you actually win an auction, that you pay for it, because it's not fair if you're to other people who were interested in the card and did not get a chance to buy it. So then once you have won an auction, you can go back over to the offers tab and check auctions. And I am the high bidder on that previous auction, but it is still active, so it does not show up here. So for test purposes, I showed that I had 2 other auctions. And then you pay for it with PayPal or your debit card, same way. And like I said, you can't really change any of this information. It's just from the last price that was active. So that's it for a guest user. There are some functions for dealers who would be signed up with me if they wanted to do auctions or just have me sort their cards. I will probably do that in another video. The website, like I said, you can follow the link on YouTube, but it's increase-efficiency.net, and that'll bring you to the homepage, and you can potentially find some good deals on cards. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.